I wanted to chat with you guys about my plans this fall to start homeschooling. Today is a really big day for Oakley. This is what we were looking for. You never know this time around, and I just don't want to put the pressure on myself to feel like I have to bounce back. Hi guys, welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Emma Winters, and in today's video, I'm going to take you along for a week in my life as a mom of 5, with 4 of my kids being under 4. I just had a baby 2.5 weeks ago, so we are definitely still in the newborn bubble, but my mother-in-law is actually coming into town in the next couple of days, and whenever we have people come visit us from out of state, we like to go do some of the fun Alaskan things that are kind of more touristy that we just wouldn't be doing in our normal day-to-day life. Okay, Ollie just woke up, so he's gonna join us, but like I was saying, we're gonna have some fun things planned over the next couple of days, but today is a really big day for Oakley because it is actually the first day of her dance class. We were super on the fence about signing her up this fall or waiting until the spring because obviously I just had a baby and it seemed like kind of a lot. We felt like it was actually a good way to get out of the house this winter when we just feel a little cooped up. And she was so excited. She had been talking about taking a dance class for probably a year now. I am a little curious to see how she does with it because when we talk about it, she is super excited to make a lot of friends and to learn new dance moves. But whenever we go to church, she struggles so bad to stay in the Sunday school class. And most times there's a lot of tears and she ends up just in the main service with us. So we'll see how she does today. I'm hopeful that it's gonna go really well. So we're gonna get everyone up and ready for the day and take her to her first dance class. Where are you going today?
I want to make dance class.
How do you feel about it? Are you excited? Are you nervous?
I'm excited.
Okay, let me see a spin. Let's go.
Can
I have your ticket? Thank you so much.
There she is. She's jumping.
I'm heading back from taking Caleb lunch at work. He's working at the most gorgeous job site right now. My mother-in-law is here and she is home with the little kids. They're taking a nap. So I do need to hurry back, but I wanted to fill you guys in on how Oakley's dance class went. It went kind of how I imagined it would go. The first 10 minutes were a little tough for her. There were some tears, and those 10 minutes I was debating, do I just pull her out or do I just stick it out and see how she does? The first 30 minutes of the class are a ballet and tap class, and then the last 30 minutes are a gymnastics class. As soon as they put the tap shoes on, she was totally fine and then absolutely loved the gymnastics part. I'm gonna keep her in it, and hopefully as the weeks goes on, it gets better and easier for her to just walk in and be excited about it, and there won't be tears again, because that was a little rough. You never really know as a parent what to do in those moments. Looking back, I think I should have just walked in and pulled her out, but she made it through, and by the end she loved it. So I think it will be a good thing to have on the calendar every week to get us out of the house during the winter. But also, I wanted to chat with you guys about my plans this fall to start homeschooling the 3 toddlers. I'm going to be attempting preschool with them. I really went back and forth of is this a good idea, Emma? Are you just putting way too much on your plate? You just had a baby, and it just might be too much. The boys are 2 now. I've realized with the boys in particular, if I give them too much independent play time, that's when they get a little rowdy and start getting into stuff they shouldn't be into. They fight more. They really need just a little more structure. I've been praying and throwing around ideas of what I could do. Practically, it's just really hard to get out of the house with 4 kids under 4, and I've had a lot of help in the last couple of weeks. In the next week, I am going to be basically solo parenting from 9 to 5 most days. And so I'm really just trying to figure out ways that I can keep them entertained and give them a little more structure. I feel like homeschooling is going to be a really great way to keep them more entertained during the day. And obviously, I get to take their education into my hands. And I know that in the future, I want to homeschool anyway. It was just a matter of, is this the right time or should I wait another year? Oakley is only 3 and the boys are only 2. They're not going to be behind if we wait another year. But I feel like it will just be helpful to have a little more structure in our day. I am such a type B mom that I'm really trying to be a little more type A. So I've been reading books and like listening to podcasts and trying to educate myself on how I even want to go about doing this. And I feel like the curriculum teaching style that I most align with is like a Charlotte Mason, where it's very nature inspired, and I want to have a really heavy emphasis on Bible time and scripture memorization and just teaching my kids the Word of God. So I'm going to attempt to homeschool them 3 days a week. And really, with what I've learned, so much of it is just having rich literature around the house for them and reading to them and just fostering reading in your home. So I've been trying to collect more books and build our library. I also have been collecting like puzzles and other craft supplies and looking at curriculum. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to go about doing it, but I am going to just attempt it 3 days a week for now and see how that goes. I think we will all benefit from having a little more structure and routine in our day. So maybe as I get deeper into homeschooling, I can update you guys on how it's going and what it's kind of looking like. I'm getting ready because here in a little bit, we are going to be heading to the rodeo. The rodeo came into town for the Alaska State Fair, and we were debating about doing the rodeo or taking the kids to, it's kind of like a petting zoo, except it's like Alaska themed. There's reindeer and a moose, and like some muskox and stuff like that you can walk around and feed and pet. And we were actually leaning more towards that, but someone texted us this morning and said that they have 4 extra tickets and asked if we wanted to go. And we were like, of course. So we're actually gonna do that instead today. I have always wanted to go to the rodeo and have just never made it happen. Even when we lived in Texas and like it was a lot easier to go to the rodeo than Alaska, we just, never went. So it should be really fun. I think the kids are really gonna like it. This is what I'm gonna wear to the rodeo as of right now. I'm not loving it at all. It feels way too formal for the rodeo, but the weather is supposed to be kind of spotty, and I think we'll probably end up just wearing rain jackets anyway over whatever we're wearing. But I do wanna run to the thrift store quick before we have to go and see if I can't find like a flannel or something, maybe some cowboy boots. And we'll see afterwards how the kids do and what the weather's like. We might walk around the fair a little bit, get some food, and it will just be a fun day. I'd mentioned yesterday I was going to go thrifting to try and find something to wear to the rodeo, and I had no luck with that, but I did find a couple other things. So I want to show you guys what I found at the thrift store. I'm going to start with homeschooling stuff because every time I've been going to the thrift store, I've been trying to really take some time to look through books and puzzles and any other supplies I could use for preschool this year. So the first thing I found is kind of like a puzzle. It's this magnet. You take this little magnet pen and drag the little balls to the paint cans, and it helps with counting and color organization, and so they have been playing with this and really love this. The next thing I found was this string with these blocks. They're beads, wood beads, I guess. And this just helps with fine motor skills, and Oakley has been loving this. She'll string it and then like put it around her neck like a necklace. So I feel like this was a really good find, and it was like $2. And then I didn't spend a ton of time in the books because my mother-in-law went with me and she spent like an hour in the book section. So I just grabbed 2. I grabbed this one because I thought the illustrations were so cute. It's called The Princess and the Happiness. And I mean, look at that. Isn't that just like the cutest little illustrations? I'm a sucker for beautiful pictures. So I grabbed this one, and then the boys have been really into dinosaurs, so I grabbed this one. It's called The Great Dinosaur Mystery in the Bible. I had two in my cart that were kind of similar, and I figured I would just get this one because it was on sale. I have been on the hunt for Candyland, and I was able to find one. So I think Oakley's gonna love playing this with me. It's pretty nostalgic because this was my favorite game growing up when I was like a little bit older than her. I don't think that the boys will be able to play with us, but this will be a fun one for me and Oakley to play during nap time. Then I found some clothes for me. Being newly postpartum, I'm just trying to find a few things that will get me through the next month and a half until I figure out kind of where I'm gonna land size-wise, weight-wise. So I needed to find a few things because all of my pregnancy clothes are obviously like a little too big, but also absolutely trashed. I just am really hard on my clothes. So I was needing a few new things just to get me by for the next month and a half, 2 months, however long it takes. I'm not putting pressure on myself. And one of the first things I found was this, what I'm wearing right now, actually. It is just an Old Navy kind of like muslin top. It's an extra large, so it's huge, but I actually like it being really oversized. It reminds me kind of like a Free People. And then I also found this 100% cotton muslin shirt. I was really looking for something red because I really love red in the holiday season, and so this was a fun one to find. It was actually as I was walking to checkout, I saw it, and it was 50% off of $12.99. This was also another impulse buy as I was walking to the checkout. I've been looking for a black and white striped sweater. Although this isn't black and white, I do really like it. It's kind of more of a taupey color, I would say. It's not that great of quality. I think it's H&M. No, it's A New Day, so it's the Target brand. I don't regret getting it. I just wish that it was a little better quality. I'm pretty sure it's just some kind of polyester or viscose blend, so it's not anything that's gonna hold up great after multiple washes. Still pretty cheap and something that I was looking for, so I was happy to pick that up. Then I picked up this brown cozy crew neck. It's just super thick and will be perfect for hanging around the house in. And the last thing I found was this, I'm going to say a lounge set. It might actually be PJs, but I'm going to wear it as a lounge set on those days that I just really don't want to get dressed. These are the pants. And then here is the matching top. And this was on sale too for $6, so I decided to pick it up as well. In total, I spent a little over $50. This thrift store that I went to is a bit overpriced. I did need some new clothes, so I was willing to spend a little more on mostly like the clothing items for me, just so I have something to wear and I'm not like constantly in my husband's sweatshirts because that's getting a little old. It's so hard postpartum, this like in between stage where you're really not sure what size you are and you know your body's still changing, but you also don't want to be buying things in your old sizes. Like I found quite a few things that I really liked that were like my size before I got pregnant, and it's just not worth it to buy it and hold on to it and hope that you'll be that size. I did get back to that size between both of my 2 previous pregnancies, but you never know this time around, and I just don't want to put the pressure on myself to feel like I have to bounce back when there's already so much going on in my life. So I just needed to find a few things that fit me well now, and then we'll just see how things land in the next couple of months. We are up in the mountains because we are gonna go wild blueberry picking. We did this like 2 weeks ago, and a lot of the blueberries weren't quite ripe yet, so we're hoping that we find some that are more ripe by now. This area is typically kind of picked over. We'll have to see what we find. I have Ollie strapped to me and then just wrap him up with my coat because it is sprinkly. It's kind of a crummy day.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
What'd you find?
Flowers.
Oh, for me? Thank you. Oh, did you find a couple blueberries? Let me see. Oh, we got a couple in there. Let's go find some more. Did you find some blueberries?
Not yet, Mom.
Not yet.
I saw them.
What? No, are you finding any? Yeah, I think it's all pretty picked through over here.
Over there.
We're finding a lot of these, which look like blueberries, but they're actually crowberries. You want to try it? Those are crowberries. You want to try one?
Yeah.
They're way more tart than blueberries. Give one to Sissy. Is it so yummy? You like it? Did you spit it out?
Oh. Not good.
Not good?
Not good, Mom.
Are you finding any?
Yeah. For sure.
You're soaked.
I am. You could squeeze me like a sponge.
I found some.
You did?
Yes, under here.
Ooh.
There's a lot. There's
Did we find the mother lode, Oakley?
That's so many.
Ollie is just asleep, tucked in, nice and dry. See if you can spot Cohen. Getting nervous? Sing Twinkle Twinkle. This is what we were looking for.
Oh, that was a good one. Got water in your boots?
Let's see.
Because if I squeeze your feet, there's a lot of water coming out. Whoa. Suction cup, huh? No way! No way! You did a great job.
We just got back a little while ago. I'm working on dinner now, and we didn't get a lot of blueberries. Let me actually show you. This was all the blueberries we managed to collect, and that was like over the course of an hour, which is a bit sad. So I think I'm gonna have Caleb go back up there in the next couple of days and try to collect some more, because I'm gonna use that for a recipe. I'm gonna make sourdough blueberry scones, but it felt like fall when we were up there. So I felt like it was only fitting to have soup for dinner. So I'm making our family's favorite soup recipe, which is the chicken pot pie soup. I love a good soup. It's like easily my favorite meal. I am thankful that we live somewhere that is colder so that I can get away with eating soup year round. Like when we lived in Ohio, it just felt wrong to be eating soup when it was like 85 degrees outside in summer. But now I can get away with it year round. I do need some new soup recipes. So if you have a family favorite, please send it my way, because I'm needing some new inspiration. It was really fun to take you guys along for a week in my life and show you what it's looking like right now, having 4 really young kids and a teenager, which Nathaniel wasn't in the video a whole lot. Now that he turned 17, he's just doing his own thing. He can drive, he works, school's going again. We really just don't see him as much throughout the week. So we look forward to the weekends when we get to spend time with him. So I'm gonna finish up dinner and get these kids fed and off to bed, but thank you for spending the week with me, and I will see you in the next video.